Hello, this is Eddie Marcus, write-in candidate for President of the United States, representative of all the people, the candidate who wants to take your focus off of man-made systems that allow us to experience all of the good times and the bad times, and then make us think that it's good to experience it like that. No, it's better to enjoy the good times all the time. And in order to do that, we have to change our focus on life. And I am suggesting to you that if we focus on that power that is central to all of our being, that power that is our foundation, if we can focus on that, that will allow all of our channels to reach out to one another, because that power that we're focusing on rests in each of us. And so we begin to be empowered and energized by that focus. And we go forward creating. Well, this message is for rich people. You will be the hardest to convince to change. For some period of time, you have known the benefit of the new God, in God we trust. And perhaps you came from meager means, and the difference between the two are absolutely great. And having tasted the flavor of being able to do what you want, when you want, how you want, is addicting, no doubt. And for someone to come along and say trust in something else, when you know what is working for you, it's going to be very difficult to convince you to go along with anything different than what you are profiting from right now. And so, recognizing that, I say to everybody else, it is your responsibility to show those who have put their faith in something else. It is your duty, just by your way of living, just by your choice. If it is the right choice, it will be an educational tool for those who have put their faith in something else. And it will be the thing that draws them. We cannot pass a law that makes it legitimate to force them to be like this, no more than we can continue to follow a law that forces us to be like them. But what we can do is shine a light on something else that's so wonderful and so beautiful and so magnificent that anybody who's going a different way kind of feel a little foolish, and they'll come around. So that's what we got to do. We have to fight fire with love. That is what we have to do. Fight fire with love. We must draw all of these other systems and people who believe in them over to the God's way of thinking. And the God's way of thinking is all people. All people, to the extent that we truly care about the animals. We care about our cats and our dogs and our pigs. We care about those little creatures that go in the ground like gophers and the like, rabbits. We care about them. And so, with that kind of care, we get on the right track. And we stay on the right track. So, rich people, I understand the system has worked for you. And the same God that loves the unemployed is the same God that loves you. loves you enough to allow you the opportunity to wait, to watch, and see. Eddie Marcus, write-in candidate for President of the United States, a candidate that wants to represent every citizen of this nation, a candidate who wants to see that you have every opportunity to experience your dreams in this life, in these bodies that you have during these times. I want to see that every effort that government can exercise, every effort that can be exercised by a chosen servant to bring about that great, great, joyous moment in time. Well, if there were another candidate that was willing to do it and was able to articulate a plan for doing it, I'd definitely check it out. And if it's better than what I have to offer here, I'd be on the back in a minute. But right now, it's this. And here I am saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, the rich, the poor, the whomever you are, life was meant for you. And everybody must experience it. Anyone that does not is evidence of a flawed system. It's evidence of a flawed system. And we must fix that which is flawed. We must. Only those, apparently, that is led by the spirit of love, the spirit of God, will be able to do it. So I'm giving you an option. I'm making an option to you. You probably have had it made to you all your lives, but I want to extend it to you here again. That's God's way or man's way. Man's way is a selfish way. That's why we have all of the competition. That's why we have the ego tripping, alpha male, etc., etc. Or you have God's way. And God's way is this, that the soil must nourish every root that comes into its pastures. The wheat with the weeds, and choices determines which is which, wheat or weed. I'm proposing to you today that we choose to be wheat and not weeds.